started ballet when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and in the beginning it was just something that I wanted to do for fun, but over the years it's turned into so much more than that. I never thought that I would get where I am today, and I never expected to end up giving up a regular teenage life to be able to dance, but I wouldn't want to trade it for the world.
My teacher's name is Elizabeth Shibiatsky, and she's really cool. She's fun to be around with, but she can be mean sometimes. And when she yells at you, she cares about you, so you can't let it get to your head and think I'm such an awful dancer and I have no strain. But she just is yelling at you to get you better for the real world and for you to have a better career in your life.
She sees potential in everyone. She knows that you're able to do, so she tries to bring it out of you. So I try not to cry a lot.
Rehearsals in ballet are something that I've never seen before. I mean, it really depends on where you are. They're different with every teacher and every group of kids and every age level and level. But rehearsals in the corps are a very intense experience. I mean, it's really an amazing feat of humanity to try to get all these people together doing exactly the same thing at the same time, perfectly, beautifully, in sync. And I mean, that takes a lot of time and effort and pain and endurance and struggle, but it's really rewarding once it happens and it comes together beautifully. In rehearsals, there's definitely some yelling, there's some crying, there's some laughing, there's a lot of exhaustion, a lot of emotions, bonding, sometimes there's envy. I mean, there's just so many feelings that happen during a corps rehearsal, and it's really frustrating sometimes to have to do the same step over and over again, not necessarily because you're messing it up, and sometimes it's really hard too when you are the one messing it up and you feel terrible because everyone else has to do it again because of you. So that's really hard, and that's definitely quite a unique experience.
Elizabeth takes rehearsals very, very seriously. She always tells us to treat every show like a professional production, and she's always saying that people are paying a lot of money to come watch us, and that she's not going to let us go on stage if it looks like a mess. If people aren't able to execute the movements and the choreography in the way that she wants it to be executed, then she will kick them out of the rehearsal for that day. It's happened to me, it's happened to pretty much everyone. It feels really terrible in the moment, but overall I think it really does help people learn and improve.
The hardest thing about ballet is the body image that you have to obtain in order to dance, and also the physical demand and the amount of stress you put on your body.
In ballet, one of the keys to success is body and physical features. This really includes a small head, a really long, thin neck, thin yet muscular arms, short torso, long legs, very thin body, and really nice archy feet, and a very expressive face. And these physical features are fairly unrealistic, and no one really has them all, or very few people do. So one of the biggest problems in ballet is that people do crazy things to attain these features, or make themselves crazy over the fact that they don't have them. And I mean, the truth is that most people don't have everything, and you probably won't ever have everything in ballet. So you just have to make the most of what you have and try to deal with it and use it to your advantage.
I think that every dancer struggles with body image on some level. It can be incredibly difficult to have to put on tights and a leotard every day and look in a mirror and have someone tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. Ballet can be very damaging to your self-esteem when your best friends are also your biggest competitors. Everyone wants what they can't have. A big part of being a dancer is learning to accept and love the body that you were given and using what you do have to your advantage and just dancing not for someone else but for yourself.
I have to sacrifice a lot for ballet. I have to sacrifice eating unhealthy and like junk food. I have to sacrifice time for homework at night and maybe getting the best grades in school sometimes, and doing fun things with my friends, like going to birthday parties or just hanging out. I have to sacrifice just like doing family things, going on trips sometimes, just here all the time.
One of the biggest things that I have to sacrifice for ballet is my time. I spend at least 20 hours a week in the studio, taking classes, practicing, staying for long rehearsals, and that can be really frustrating because all of us have lives outside of dance. We have family and friends and school and homework, and it's just really hard to find that balance. One of the biggest things that makes all the pain and the hard work and the long hours worth it are the people that you dance with. You spend so much time with them that it's really impossible to not develop deep connections and friendships with the girls at your studio. They're by your side every step of the way, and they're really the only people who are ever going to understand what you go through.
The relationships you have with the girls at your studio is really like nothing that you will ever experience anywhere else. I mean, it's really complicated because they're your competition, but at the same time, I mean, they're basically your family, like your sisters, and you love them more than like anyone else in the world. But it's really hard to keep that balance because, you know, sometimes you kind of want to hate them. You want like what they have, and it's hard for you to watch someone take something that you want or have something that you want. But at the same time, you spend so much time with them and go through so many like intense experiences that you are just so bonded to them and you love them and they're really your family. And, you know, they're my favorite people in the world to spend time with, and you just have so much in common, and no one else will really ever understand what you're going through like they do.
One of my favorite things about being a dancer is getting to watch a show go from the studio to the stage. You get to be there from day one when everyone starts learning the choreography, and you're there until the last day when everything goes on stage and the dances become polished and there's costumes and makeup and music and everything's come together perfectly. It's a really amazing experience to be a part of.
Today is the last day before the show, and we're all very nervous. Before dress rehearsal,
We're all very nervous, and some people are really like scared. I think some people are really excited, and there's just kind of a range of emotions.
I think tomorrow is always like the worst day. It's worse than show days because it's so long and you don't get a break, and it's just
People
so
can
tiring.
like yell at you.
Yeah, and Elizabeth has a microphone and she screams at you. It's very scary, but I wish it would just skip to the show. I wish we didn't have tomorrow.
I'm excited to do Spanish and Arabian because those are my two favorite dances.
I'm excited to just kind of do it. I don't know, just to experience the whole Nutcracker and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I changed it to the walls, and then I had to change it back into this room for photo.
You guys are already learning really hard. You're the last people. It's upstairs. So you guys are good. Oh.
Guys, we're still acting and we're still attending to each other, please. Yes. Keep circles. Get a little closer to the center.
So today is dress rehearsal day.
Yes.
We've been here since like 1:30, 1 o'clock. We don't get to leave till like 10:30 or 11. It's been a pretty stressful day. No one really knows what they're supposed to be doing. True. Yeah. Asha's in a bonnet.
We're wearing the costumes for the first time, like learning we're supposed to be on stage.
Right now we're in the process of just kind of marking through everything in Act 1, using all the props, just kind of figuring out where everything is. It's really, it's been a hard day.
It's a long day.
My feet are falling off. I'm just ready for this day to be over. I'm kind of ready for the show tomorrow.
I'm not.
I'm terrified.
When I dance, I feel like I'm a different person, and like in real life, I'm not really I'm not so confident as much as I am while I dance. Like when I'm at school, I feel like I'm a nobody, but then when I come out and dance, I feel like I'm someone else, and I feel like I can be like who I want to be.
I think performances are really the best demonstration of why I choose to dance. The moment you step on stage, everything else slips away, and it's just you and the music. You get to become your character and forget everything else. When you perform, it's the culmination of months of hard work and dedication. You get to share the stage with your best friends, and you don't have to worry about anything but smiling and making the most of every second on stage.
When you look back at how far you've come since the beginning of just even a month or a year, it's really impressive to see how all of your hard work has paid off, and it's really rewarding, and I feel like that really motivates you to keep going.
Yeah, I think what makes the sacrifice worth it is being on stage that moment when you get to just let go and you know that your technique is already solid and you can just enjoy yourself.
I think part of what makes the sacrifice worth it is being able to look back and see how far you've come. We all start out being little 4-year-old girls in our little pink tutus running around a ballet studio, and we get to see ourselves become young adults and accomplished dancers and artists. Overall, I've realized that I dance because it's my absolute passion. I get to be who I want to be, I get to do what makes me happy, and I get to do it with the people that I love more than anyone else in this entire world.